I honestly don't know the answer to this question. I've never asked. I know your firm did some legal work for Enron. Did you ever personally do any legal work for Enron? And looking back at it, how do you feel about the fact that your firm did represent Enron?
Well, I appreciate that question. I've spent 30 years in a private law firm that has several hundred lawyers and about 8 or 10 offices scattered around the western United States. And in that private law practice, we keep our records to a tenth of an hour. And I looked back, actually, after I was hearing this kind of these rumors spreading around that, well, Greg defends Enron. I looked back in my time records for the last 15 years, and what I found was that I have not recorded a tenth of an hour to Enron or any company that Enron has ever owned, including Portland General Electric. It is a client of the firm that I've worked in. I have never personally done any work for Portland General Electric or any other entity ever connected to Enron. So this is an attempt to try to smear by association. And I would say it's kind of a low blow, and I'm not going to make this accusation because I think it would be inappropriate, but I think it is the sort of appropriate way to think of this. John, you worked for a year and a half in the Justice Department. It was headed up by John Ashcroft, and who reported to George W. Bush. So then the question should be, are you responsible for what other lawyers were doing at the Department of Justice at the bidding of John Ashcroft or George Bush, or are you responsible for the cases you handled? I have been an employee benefits lawyer. My career has been spent delivering health and retirement benefits, disability benefits to working Oregonians. It's a history that I am very proud of. And I built on that foundation when I went into public service and took on some very difficult issues in my public service career in the legislature. And I think that the public has benefited immeasurably from the background I had in that private law practice because I applied those same principles and knowledge to solve some really tough problems the state had.